One thing I try not to do is tell people what I'm about to do. I know that sharing your goals feels good, but I feel like often it can backfire and you can actually lose your motivation, because in telling people that you're going to do something, you almost feel like you've completed it because you've spoken it into existence. And that, I don't think, is the best way of approaching things. So when I don't tell you something, it's not that I have something against you or I don't trust you. It's just that I want to keep that idea and that motivation for myself. Talking too soon can drain your drive. Telling other people gives you a false sense of achievement and often can drain your motivation to actually complete the task at hand. But also, telling people adds pressure and stress, which can actually sometimes demotivate you from doing the thing you want to, because you told people and now you're thinking, gosh, if I don't do this, it's going to be embarrassing. I need to do it really well. And suddenly you feel under the microscope all the time. But also, that false sense of achievement and that early validation can kill your hunger to do the thing that you said you wanted to do in the first place. But there are so many benefits to being private and keeping things to yourself and being modest and working on things in silence. Keeping your goals private helps you try, learn, and fail in peace. No one's watching you, there's no judgment, there's no pressure, there's no fear. No one's waiting for results, and it's easy for you to just think and execute and talk less and explain less and validate less. You've made a decision, you know how you want to approach something, and you can just do that without the need to justify that to external people. I personally think, and I've always believed this because my mum raised me like this, it's way better to show people the results and the results speak for themselves, rather than you to tell people you have a plan before the plan is even in action and there's no evidence to show that you're actually going to achieve what you set out to do. There are things I've done in life that I haven't told people about, and not because I didn't trust or have friends I could share it with, but because I wanted to make sure that I could execute it properly and that it would happen. And I'll take, one of my TikTok pages. I've had a few pages, and initially people are like, oh, that's a good idea and whatever, but the longer I went on doing it and it wasn't doing well, I started to feel very conscious about people seeing the videos and not getting more than 200 views, and people judging me for that. And people would say, I've seen you been posting a lot, like, well done, good luck, and keep going. But for me, it felt kind of a bit like pity, because they knew that it wasn't going well. Then I was scared to post. I wasn't sure what to post. I was thinking someone might see this. Is it weird? Is it embarrassing? And so I started a new secret TikTok page, and I have had that page for a while, and I'm still working on it. I've not told anyone about it. They don't know the handle. It's hard to find. And I've just been posting and sticking to a plan and being consistent and saying what I have to say on that page. And it's doing well and it's getting views, but obviously people don't see that part of the journey. And if I'd stuck with the other page where I was nervous and shy about posting and felt embarrassed, I don't think I could have kept on going, because I felt too much pressure. The freedom was being able to work on the new account in private and not feel judgment or pressure, and also be able to try and fail and learn without embarrassment around those feelings. The other thing I would say is human behavior is naturally to question and judge things, and often people, intentionally or not intentionally, can bring negativity towards you. So I think if someone's not done something before, it might be scary for them to understand how you might do that thing. So they start saying, are you sure you can do that? That's a big plan. Like, that might not be possible. They start to bring negativity and judgment, and suddenly you feel discouraged and you start to doubt yourself and think, was I shooting for the stars? Was I trying to bite or something more that I could chew? And that kind of energy around the start of a period where you want to be motivated and try something difficult or new is really not helpful. I've learned the hard way. That can really kill an idea or kill a dream and make you think, actually, I'm going to do something else. And a lot of people don't do it intentionally. Some people just are negative or pessimistic and they question things. But there are also people that I think are just negative and don't see the best in you, are not supportive, get jealous of your strive and motivation, and just don't have the best intentions for you. And that's another thing my mum said. Be careful who you tell your dreams and visions and plans to, because some people don't want you to succeed. They want you to fail. And there can be jealousy and hatred around that, and suddenly you start hearing that people are talking about you in a negative way, or you trusted a friend with something and then they told someone else, and that person's now asking you questions. And so just because you're friends with someone or know someone doesn't always mean that when you tell them something, they're going to take that into a good place and wish you the best with it. They might wish you poorly. And again, that's something that you have to be careful about, for sure. I mean, the bottom line is, not everyone's wishing you well. Some people are waiting quietly for you to fail. And look, I think this is nuance. Of course, some people do thrive well under pressure, and so there might be benefit in telling people your plan or sharing that with them. If that's who you are, you'll know that. For me, I think I used to believe that was who I was, saying things and being confident and reaching for the stars and telling my friends that made me feel good. But actually what I realized is that it gave me this subconscious feeling of pressure and embarrassment when things weren't happening as quick as I wanted them to, or not going the way that I wanted them to, and they were visible to other people as that was happening. And I think it comes down to what you think confidence is. I realized that I think it also boils down to what you think confidence is. I thought confidence was about announcing what you're doing and speaking it into existence, not being shy and being bold about what you want to do. But truthfully, I think actually it comes from acting. Saying you're going to do something and acting on that decision and doing that confidently is way more important than telling people you're going to do it. Let your actions speak for yourself. And as they say, right, actions speak louder than words. I also think there's something powerful about this villain arc transformation or the art of mystery. Sometimes when people don't understand what you're doing or can't fully figure you out, there is this kind of power in that when you keep your cards close to your chest, and only those that need to know or know you well understand. And when people don't know what you're doing and don't expect it and they find out and it speaks for itself, that hits way harder. So sometimes there is power in going ghost, going silent, going quiet, going dark, doing your thing, and then coming out and being like, I've lost this much weight, I've started this company, I've got this much turnover, I've got this many views, I've got this brand deal, and people are like, whoa, what? And that sometimes is fine. You don't have to pre-warn people, I might be doing this thing, I think this thing is happening, what do you think about this thing? Saying I'm doing this thing and it's happening is also fine, and also I think a bit more powerful than pre-warning people, because if it doesn't happen, you've told them it's going to happen, then it doesn't happen. So in summary, keep things private, move at your own pace, and recognize the power in focusing on growth rather than validation. There's a lot we can learn from keeping quiet, being more private, working hard, putting our heads down, and coming up when we have something worth saying. When we have proof of concept, when our actions or the evidence are louder than words. When you protect your peace, your growth grows quietly. When you protect your peace, your progress grows quietly. And then, suddenly, everyone notices. See you next time, guys. Peace.